Right, yeah, so what I'm going to do, custom shader, go down to here, go to noise. And I think let's just make our thicken way thicker. Let's make it like 10 centimeters. Bring our cube down. I think basically, right, so cube displacer. We're going to noise. We're going to set the global scale to 50%. Let's just quickly drag this cube out of here just so we can get rid of that. There we go. So you can see what's going on here. Look at that. That's too strong. So we are going to go into our displacer. Go to our noise. Actually, go back up. No, back into here. Go to objects. I'm going to set the strength to like something percent. Our cube. Let's just 10. Let's make this. Oops. Do that. Is that going to work? There you go. And we're going to make this one 20 segments, because why not? And then we're going to go back into our displacer and we're going to set our strength to something kind of like that. And our height, we're going to, yeah, okay. Bring this whole cube up. There we go. And then we're going to turn our building back on. And it should, it hasn't. Hold up, what's going on here? So, cube, let's just get our displacer. We're going to turn our strength down to 0. Where's our cube? There we go. So it's to about there. Then we are going to shading, go in here. Circles go to like 20%. Why not? Come up, go back to object. I'm going to set our strength to heights 5 centimeters, and then set our strength to 100. And that just destroys it. That just kills it. That just kills it flat, straight out. Maybe I do it this way around. I can't remember what I did before. So I go into here, go thicken. Nope, I'm going to thicken this guy first. Right? No, hang on, that's dumb. That's not how I did it last time round. Let's just turn that off quickly. Yeah, it's the displacer doing it, so let's just turn this up to 40. Why not? Don't think that's necessary, but whatever. And our displacer strength is going to be 20%. Okay, right. So, okay, maybe because it's self-intersecting or something. I don't know. Let's just go with 2 centimeters, and let's just turn that back on. Yeah, that's working now. Right, so we're going to grab our cube. We're going to set the height of our smooth to about here. Our thicken's too high. Let's make this one 0.5. Is that still going to work? That is still working. Good, good, good. And then what we're going to do is, with this thicken, we're going to pipe this into a volume builder. Yeah, volume builder. Like that. Oh, beautiful. Coming to our volume builder, we're going to take our voxel size to take it to 1 centimeter. Why not? That's way too coarse. We're going to make this one 0.5 centimeters. Still pretty coarse. We'll do an SDF smooth. That's too much. So thicken, we make this one 0.3. 0.2. This is the problem working at the scale. That is not terrible. I think we bring our cube down a little bit. That's not the worst thing I've ever seen in human history. I think our thicken's too thick still, so let's do 0.4. Let's bring our cube down a little further. The magic of proceduralism. Okay, and then on our displacer, let's set the strength up a little bit. Oh, we've got an upper limit. So 38% is about our limit. That's cool. And our volume builder, we're going to do 0.2, 0.15. Why not? There we go. That's good enough. And then we're going to pull this into a volume mesher. Press that. Nope. Volume mesher is at the top. There we go. Hey, and then, so there we go. That's looking kind of pretty good, actually. I don't mind that. That's pretty good. So yeah, I like that. Let's lock that in. Okay, good. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. there we go. So we have our smooth, and this is not captured. I've messed up the stream twice already. Going back all the way back to how we got to where we are now, for weird people who might be watching this, is I originally, let's come over to my layers, I'm going to go into here, boop, up, and then let's just do this. So I had these rules, right? Got a good donut. Procedural variables for my sprinkles. I don't know what that means anymore. Syncy good. Sprinkles. Oh, so they sink into the surface or something. Yeah. And a good scene. But I've added a new one. All procedural, and 6, do it all in Redshift to the render, because the rendering and the texturing is the hardest part of this. It's still pretty easy. So we're back to where we were. And let's just get rid of that, and let's just hide the old stuff. So right, we've got our donut, and then we've got this guy, which is our, so next thing we're going to do, actually before we do this, so we've got this, it looks pretty good. It's pretty heavy, so we're going to go in here. It runs pretty quick, actually. Let's have a look. Cube. This is all right. No, actually, you know what? I think we might be okay. So look, for now, worst case scenario, what we can do is come over here, and then at some point we can just do a remesh. Give that a second. So previously, I did all of this, and I crashed Cinema 4D because I'd set all of my geometry shit way too high, and I had too much of everything. But this is now in a much better spot. So there we go. Right. Remesh, and then probably what I do with the whole thing is grab the whole thing, put it in a sub D, and that's still running pretty quick. And because what we've done here, right, we've got our donut, we've instanced the actual underlying thing. So I come into this torus, and I'm like, okay, well, let's go back to attributes, and I say in my shading, in my noise, I change my seed to 665, make this one that number. The whole system should rebuild, and I should get a brand new donut. Not brand new donut, but when I change this underlying geometry, because it's an instance, it means that instead of having just a blank layer of like torus on top, I still get to preserve, there we go, the underlying geometry. So because it's a liquid that's formed, that still conforms very well to the surface of the donut, right? Yeah. So what was my original seed? Let's just stick with my original seed because that was fine. That wasn't offending anyone. And we can finesse this in a bit. Let's just get to the end of it and let's do our sprinkles. So I saw a tutorial of this, and the idea of all of this, going back to the first thing, is not just to do a donut, because I have no need for a donut, right? I don't have any need for a 3D donut. I'm only just getting Cinema 4D. I've been a Modo person for years and years and years and years. And I'm using this now for... Danny's watching my stream. Great. Right, yeah, so where was I? Yeah. So it's not just about having a donut, it's basically making it so it's a very high fidelity donut, right? I'm not like a 3D beginner. So if you're going to do a donut, no, I don't need to do it. I don't really want to do it. I better learn something about Cinema 4D, and I better have a good end result, right? And this is what we're aiming to get towards. Also, now I'm adding more challenge by saying let's make it procedural. I did want to do this in a node system, but the node system, she ain't ready yet, boys. Let's have a look at getting to where we were again. Oh, no, let's not do that. It's a big waste of time. Let's do our sprinkles. Basically, some of the nodes don't work. It's the node system in C4D is actually pretty good so far. It seems pretty powerful. It's not super intuitive, but I've been getting better at it. And also, some of those don't work yet. It's a work in progress. It's a big job, right, to do, and some don't work, including one of the things I want to do for my sprinkles. So we've got this. We're going to call this smooth. Okay, move some further that direction a bit. This looks a bit heavy, and you're probably looking at me going like, "Oh, why have you done like this? Is overkill. I don't need to do this on the geometry." I want to, because I want to have some of this inside the geometry instead of doing vertex displacement, because I don't have any maps to work on. You know, and why not? Right, we're doing like a high tier donut here, or attempting to at least. Right, so we've got smooth, got donut. We're going to do our sprinkles. So, oh, capsule, Jesus. So probably like 2 centimeters long, and then radius. No, probably like 2 centimeters long, and then the radius can be like 0.3. They're small, right? Where are you? Ta-da! That's still too wide. 0.2, and that's I think about the size of an actual sprinkle. So I'm English, you can probably tell by my accent. What we're going to do is let's go to sprinkle donut. Oh, and over here in the UK, I think it's probably something to do with like not killing people with dangerous chemicals or some crap. We're like, well, not technically in the EU anymore, but we're EU adjacent. We are Europeans. We have different food standards. So the sprinkles you get in the UK are not like the ones you get in the US. So in the US, sprinkles look like this, right? They look sick. They're really good. They actually taste better. Our sprinkles are sucky by comparison. Our sprinkles are rubbish. That's not even it. Basically, British sprinkles are rubbish. American sprinkles are great. And we are doing American sprinkles. So we've got, this is our little sprinkle. And I've seen a lot of these sort of like CG donuts, normally just little capsules, and they leave it at that. Look how they vary in length, and they have little, let's get some more reference up. They've got bend to them, right? So what I think happens, look, that one's bent like crazy. So what I think happens is, when they are made, they're just extruded in like a whole long ass thing, like a little reel just squirts them out in a thing, and they get cut. There's our little line there. See our little cook line? That's what we've just done. Yeah. So, and yeah, they get like extruded in a long thing, and they'll get chopped, right? They'll be molten or somewhat soft when that happens, because it's hard, sweet candy, right? So that means that like they're hot. So they'll be dynamic, be floppy. So they'll dry and they'll be in odd shapes, right? That's the theory. Still with me? Still with me, right? So that's a very long-winded way of saying just having it being a capsule isn't good enough. So what we're going to do, the basics of this are incredibly simple. In fact, they're so fast that I can just do it like in the amount of time before I finish a sentence. Can I do it before I finish a sentence? I'm making the sentence longer to anyway. Right, so what I can do, grab my smooth object. In fact, actually, that's a bit overkill. What we're going to do, we're just going to grab our basic. No, we'll go to, yeah, we'll just do smooth. Right, and already we've distributed some of these over the surface, right? Good, perfect. Ship it. No, we're not good enough yet. So, inside our capsule, so we've got our things. What we're going to do, we're going to randomize. So first off, we don't have enough. Let's just see how many. Let's just have this little up. I'm going to have this up on the side, right? And we'll see roughly, let's say like, I don't know, 65 is probably a more realistic number. That's probably not enough still. Let's do like 90. Okay. All right. And then the first thing we're going to do is, there was a previous way of doing this. I want to get a bend, right? Random amounts of bend into this. And I think what I can do is, I just literally saw this earlier on today. And then fit to parent. Right, yeah, so we've got our bend, right? I think what we can do here is do strength, and we can do field driver, add a field driver, come into here, fields, and add a random field. Oh, hello. I don't know what's happening. Right, yeah, so that should now technically be powering the strength of our bend at oh god. We're going to get a crash. I think I crashed it again. My god. I have to stop crashing Cinema 4D. I should probably refer back to the video. Who knows? Okay, we're back. This is such a mess. Hold up, hold up. Okay. Where are we at? Let's just do our sprinkles. Give it a second. So what we're going to do, we have a problem with this, right? We should bake down this original, this like generator guy, right? So we just do this, Alt G, go into here, and we just make this the OG, just so, you know. Let's just turn all this off. Boop, 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 boop. Get our performance back. Annoying as hell, because this computer is supposed to be powerful, but, you know, maybe not. Right, so smooth. We're going to press, not D, we're going to press C. Make that guy editable. Why has that gone black? I don't actually know. Is that a whole ton of geometry? Ooh, that's a whole ton of geometry. What we're going to do, we're going to reduce this a little bit. We're going to go into here and we're going to do a remesh. Give it a second, and then 30%. Well, that'd be why it crashed, I guess. How's your day going? Good, good, glad. Yeah, you know, just, you know, the usual. The usual. Oh, really? Yeah, well, glad to hear it. Oh, they did? Wow. Wow. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay, right. Nice. So, I know it's going to do this all procedurally. Oh dear, that's still pretty high, isn't it? Let's just do 20%. Let's do 10%. I don't even know how many, I didn't look how many polygons that was. It was a bunch. It was a bunch. Yep, so, yeah. Oh man, come on, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. I need to be more careful throwing about resources. I don't generally, but also normally I model things normally, to be in my defense. So let's just make that editable. That's a bit more reasonable, I think. Yeah. Right, so we're going to go like this, go to here, object, and then we go capsule, and I'm going to make this one a height of 2 centimeters, radius of 0.3. Drag that boy up, drag that boy up. 0.2. And I'm going to put a bend on it. No, we're not. Do that yet. We're going to go into here, and I'm going to put this inside a cloner. And then our cloner, we're going to go to object, and then we're going to drag our, we're going to drag our remesh into there. There we go. So now we've got our distribution. Go back to where we were, and then we do count of, I think about 95, I think, something like that. And then come into here, and we're going to do a random effector, the wrong place. Random effector, there we go. Boom. And then, yeah, in our random, we're going to do like 0.3, I don't know, so yeah, 0.3, 0.3, just so we get a little bit of height, right? We'll figure out how to do the syncy bit later on. Cool. And then what we're going to do is, do we have a cloner? Do we have like a selection? I guess that's going to be a vertex map. Vertex map. So let remesh. Let's just do this. I think that's going to be, I think it's a selection. I think that's going to be a vertex map. Let's just say that it is, and then we'll just do this. Right. Okay. Good enough. Right. That's probably it, right? And then we're going to go into our cloner, and then underneath the selection, can I drag in this? I can. Ooh. It's not doing it. Why? Okay. vector, whatever. Weird. Should probably check that out. That should. I don't know. Anyway, we can fix this another way. That's fine for now. Right, so what we're going to do, come out here. We don't need to see our vertex map anymore. We don't need to see our vertex map anymore. Don't need to see it. Go away, go away. There we go. Right, cool. So, cloner, go back to hit. And then we go and is that 95? Let's change our random Y to 0. And then what we're going to do is rotation. Oh. Yeah. 5 degrees. Why not? Okay. Yeah, we're going to bit of that. A bit of that. And then we're going to scale. And then we're going to do, yeah, a bit of that. A bit of that. And then we're going to do 0.1. Okay, I think our base one is probably, that's not enough, is it? That's not enough. Let's just do count 500. That's too many. Let's just do 150. Okay, and then yeah, in our random position, let's just change, let's just turn that off for now. Okay, all right. So next thing we're going to do is in our capsule, we're going to add a bend effector, fit to parent, and then strength. Let's just go back into our random, and which one will affect our length a bit more? So we want some to be like real short. Absolute scale. There we go. Yeah, we want these to sort of like vary in length. Let's set our base guy to be shorter. Hang on, let's just make height 1. Right, there we go. And then go back into, let's do, yeah, 1.3, something like that. Yeah, because you want them to vary in length, right? Also, we don't, so yeah, really, on here, yeah, that should, hang on, let's delete that. And let's just go back into our weight brush and just do that, right? And then we'll go back into our cloner, and then we'll just do objects, selection, yeah, vertex map. Okay. Okay. Transfer fields. Oh, is that? No. What? Let's just give this a name. Let's just call this one like Bill. And then we'll go back into our cloner, and then we'll just do selection. We'll just grab Bill and do Bill. Yeah, see, that doesn't work. Okay. Selection enable. Weird. Anyway, that doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine. There's no way we can do this. I need to Google that actually. Make sure that's actually a thing. Because yeah, really, the cloner should be affected by the vertex map in terms of distribution. But whatever. I'll check that out. What we can do in the meantime, let's just go back into our cloner, and then we'll just do selection. We'll go with that. Boop, 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 bop. And we'll just disable that. What? Oh, yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah, so we've got, they're a bit short, so let's go back into our, let's do another bend effector, put under our capsule, fit to parent, and then we'll just do strength. Yeah, because you don't necessarily want all these bent universally, or like, you know, also we can, when we're done with this art direct, and we can remove some of the clones we don't want, but we don't want to do that right now. What we're going to do first off is we are going to do I think we do a field, and then we do bend, no, be random, and then we put the field into there, and then if we grab our linear field, and then if we just do that, we should, Actually, thinking about it, right? Let's just have a think about this. So we do effector, random, and if we do, we've got some more reference files actually here. Hang on, let's just go back and have a look. Because I think I did this in a different donut reference. DRF1. I like that donut more. That donut's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, DRF1. There we go, sprinkles. Let's have a look. Give this a second to load. I think, yeah, I put a linear field on the donut. Come on, load. Load, 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 load. Something about these files it just doesn't like. Does it? No. Oh, I think so. I dragged it in twice. It's like doing something. Right, there we go. Yeah, okay. So let's grab my linear field. That's what I was doing. So yeah, I did a bit of off-site research. Oh. What was that then? What's that linear field doing? Whatever. We'll figure this one out. I'm going to quickly answer my question, right? What's my question again? Yeah, affecting. Let's just do a new file quickly, right? What we're going to do, we're going to do a plane. Give this one like 50 and then, yeah, 50 and 50. Subdivisions, make that editable because we don't need it to be parametric. There we go, we've got those. And then we're going to get a little, yeah, sphere, why not? Drag that down, make it like real small. There we go. I don't know. That small, I guess. Put in a cloner. Clone object, and then we're going to just grab the plane, put that in there. Boom. There we go. Right, so now they're stuck to my plane. So if I come into my plane, go into here, do that. Okay, so we've got a vertex map, right, of some description. Let's make it like that, and then what we're going to do in our cloner, we're going to make our count like 600. Okay. In our plane, if we do, no, sorry, in our cloner, what we're going to do, distribution surface, and then we'll drag our vertex map into there, and that should, but it doesn't. Interesting. Huh. What if I do this and I go transfer to a field, right? No, see. Property. No. That should totally work, right? Am I going crazy? Because I can control it with. Actually, how would I control it with the field? Have I thought about this very hard? Effector, right? So effector, and I'll just do like whatever. And I plane. No, so let's do a Google. Control cloner instances with vertex C4D. A shader effect of the cloner. Alright, so if I just do cloner, that should just, whatever. So let's do, what we got? Cloner, let's do Shift C, shader. Shader fields, so that's shader effector. In our cloner, we've got shader, and then shader is going to use shading, shader. Oh, hang on. Pretty sure we do that. Then turn the shader effect to use a vertex map. So let's go to effector, strength, selection parameter. Boop, 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 boop. Shading. Where is that option? I'm being dumb here. Shading, shader. Is that an option? vertex map, and then drag that into there. There. Vertex map. Boom. Okay. All right. So this shader does color modes, custom color. What? Position. What are we doing here? Huh. That's doing something. Former. I need to Google that properly because that does not make sense. Anyway, that's fine. No, actually, no. Yeah, because I don't want to bake in my things right now. That seems like a weird controlling clone density using fields in.
Hello, this is Noseman from the Max on Training.
Yeah, we're going meta. Let's watch this together.
Use fields to control the density of clones in different parts of your
It's a good question.
In this example, we have.
You're talking too much.
Just go and drag the selection in the selection over here. Now, whatever I do to this, it will.
Isn't a polygon selection?
Make it tags and create a polygon selection. To do is go and add a linear field, and I'm going to set this to normal. And add a random field, and you can see we have this random selection. The next thing I'm going to do is go and add,
because I don't have a polygon selection,
and I'm going to make it red and apply it to the torus, a bit shorter to bring it. The cloning happens on these selections. This way you can create a setup that you can control the density of
I do.
Just by using that.
Okay. So, playing, what we're going to do, go in here, and we'll do this. No, we won't do that, because that's vertex again. Let's just get rid of that. Don't need to. We're useless. Should be able to do us the vertex map. I've got to Google this. Right, let's do this, and we'll just do a, should see, polygon selection. Is that it? Nope. What? Okay, so let's do this on our actual donut. So, inside our remesh, which is our smooth, what we're going to do is go ahead and then we will go into grab some polygons. Let's grab the edge we don't want and invert it. Do that. Do all of that. Oh Christ! Let's just hide that. Okay, yeah, because we don't want them right by the edge, because that wouldn't. What are you? Well, yeah, watching you. What do you think you're doing? Right. So we're going to go under here, and then we'll do polygon selection. Right, there we go. Damn. Hang on. Let's just do. Oh, fuck's sake. Right. Let's do that again. Because I hadn't said before, which I think I've done on one of these streams, is I haven't actually used C4D in a while. 2012, 13? Until recently. So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. So, right. And then what did he do? He did a...
Over this gradient is going to add a linear field, and over this, I'm going to make it 1 centimeter, and I'm going to make it a child of the cloner. Set the cloner to be in object mode, and instead of an object now, drag in here the selection. And
oh wait, hold up. Can I just do? Wait, let's just see. What are you doing over there, motherfucker? What are you doing over there? Sort it out. Come on. Object smooth. Count 120. There we go. Made me look stupid. Only I can do that. Right, so Maybe do it this way, right? Come into here, paint tool, and then we've got our smooth selected. We'll just do this little circle here, right? That little circle there. And inside our cloner, underneath object, we're going to do the vertex map. That's not going to work. Damn! Clear. Thought I had you. Thought I had you. Right, let's undo this and sheepishly return our polygon set. Oh, hold up. Let's just do that. And then what we're going to do is select what is it? UI. There we go. And then we're going to change that to that. Oh. Oh, right. There we go. I think that's it. Okay. So what we're going to do inside cloner, we're going to drag that into there. There we go. Go to our polygon selection. Oh. Polygon selection tag. There we go. And then we're going to remove that from the patch. Just turn this off for a sec. Turn off the donut. There we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Because they're obviously going to be on the underside as well, right? We don't want any of that. We want all of our sprinkles on top. So we're going to do that. There we go. Yeah, the thing I like about C4D is how little you have to fight with it. Like, I know this looks like, might look to some people like struggle. It's really not. Oh man, did I not update that? 3. Let's just get rid of all of that. I forgot to update my... Yeah, it might look like it's struggle, but actually, it's so low drama. There we go. So now, we're doing it the janky way. I wanted to do this as a vertex map. Science said no. Science said those tools are too powerful. They're not for humans. Man is not ready. And I've just got to agree with them. Science, in this case, for once, is correct. Oh, god damn. Right. Yeah. Yeah, we spent so long wondering if we could, we stopped to ask whether or not we should, is the line I'm sticking with. Right, so let's go back into our cloner. 200. That's 200. 200. Is that enough sprinkles? I think what I might do is I might, yeah, so these are sort of like becoming a little more irregular. I'm just going to, for now, I am going to not do a selection. I'm just going to do the seed. Hang on. Do until I get one which looks like they aren't overlapping too much. And actually, that's pretty good. Okay, cool. Let's just save this down. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Okay, we have some sprinkles. Sick. So, the thing I'm going to do, right, so we've got bend. It's uniform bend at the minute. I think that's actually might be good enough. But we'll see. We'll push that. We'll kick that can down the road. We've got a random effector. We'll make that a child of clones so it's tidy. There we go. Still doesn't feel like enough. Capsule. That feels like I haven't got enough, right? Am I going crazy here? That vector, whatever. Let's do polygon center. That's going to just... Oh! Hold up. Polygon center. Let's go to sector reload. There we go. That's our 200. Right, so I'm just going to do surface, seed. Yeah, count 100. That ain't 100, right? That ain't 100. Parameters, we're going to... Yeah, so positions. Turn position off. Rotations, turn that off. Scale, turn that off. Yeah, so... Yeah, weird. Doesn't feel like enough, does it? Right, so whatever. Whatever. Does random also affect the render amount? Is that right? So you affect... no, that just... Yeah, that shouldn't affect the amount that get rendered, does it? It should just affect the clones random. Okay. And we'll just do... That seems like way too few... Right, okay. 200. Where are the rest of them? Where are the rest of my sprinkles? Where'd they go? Where are they at? You know? Weird, man. Weird. Right. Anyway. Anyway. We'll figure that one out later. What we're going to do now is a bit that I don't know, which is how to make this look like a donut. So we're going to come back and revisit and look at our sprinkles. But that still looks like, let's just do like 300. What are you doing, man? None. Polygon selections. Okay. Okay. Buh. 1, 2, 3. Weird. Huh. That is weird, isn't it? Why I have to wang that number up so high? And it still looks really low. Let's just like turn this back down to 100. Let's just, for my own sanity, right? So 100 is, that's like 10, right? So if I change this from the polygon selection to smooth, we still get like none? What? Weird. And we've got like a whole heap of geometry. Right? That is odd, isn't it? Anyway. For now, we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to do this at 400. Good enough. And we'll just do a different seed. Good enough for now. What are you doing on the edges, bro? What did I tell you? Oh yeah. There we go. Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, good enough. Right, so let's just save that. Okay, now the bit I'm dreading is the redshift of it all. Because I don't know redshift super well. So we're going to learn together. My beloved Octane, not today. Not today, little bro. So we're going to turn on the, what's it called? What do they call it? They call it the eye something or other. The eye thing. We're going to turn on the eye thing. And we get into real-time render. And I think, do we just jump straight into the donut? This is taking a hell of a long time to start. Oh, that's fine. Hold up. Hold up. Oh. There we go. That was slow. Right, redshift. There we go. It's set to redshift. Progressive passes. Let's just make that like 512 for now. Cool. So, why that takes so long to load in? That's really weird. Maybe because the streaming's using GPU? I don't know. Anyway, right, so first off, let's get ourselves a HDRI. We'll go for good old this guy. Drag him in. Give it a second to load. Boom. Pow. Right. Okay, right, let's just have a think about this. So, first things first, we're going to do a spaff. Get rid of that, because they are Octane materials. We are in Redshift land today, so we've got a basic Redshift material. Let's just apply that. Let's do that. Whoop, bap. Nope, wrong one. Let's just call this one smooth. And then we're going to create another one and put that on. I'm going to call this one Durns, because that's our donut, and we're going to double click that, and hopefully, yep, that's the one we've got inside our viewport. Okay, first things first, let's just get a donut adjacent base color, I guess. Right, so something kind of like baked goodie, like that as a starting point. Okay, right, so first things first would be, why is that? Huh? Right. Smooth. What? Redshift. There we go. Okay. Weirdly, that grey layer looks pretty okay to start. Right, so what we're gonna need, gonna go into here. I do know a little bit about redshift, but not a ton. So we're gonna do subsurface, and we're gonna change that weight to 1. There we go. And then in our radius, I think we change this to the color we want to transmit through. I think, and scale this something. Oh, I already know plenty of Redshift. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, don't worry about it. I really don't. Okay, right here. Color is our subsurface color, so let's make that a donut adjacent color. I have to make that green, put it through the light. This is why I like this. I really like this. I think it's a standard Cinema 4D HDR. I really like it. Wait, one. Okay, there we go. So, and then radius. I think if we do black, right. Oh, okay. There's our corner. Okay, so if we do this, and we just grab our. So scroll up. Wait, close it down. Close it down. There we go. We'll do the same color in there. We'll turn off our diffuse. Okay. Okay. And then our subsurface. That color's wrong, man. Why are you a different color? Feels like that should be that. That should be that. That's a weird. I think is that a bug? Grab that. I think that's a bug. Anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to change this color manually back to that sort of like orangey donut color. Something kind of like, let's eyeball it, something kind of like that. I guess it's a bit too, yeah, kind of. I don't know. That's wrong, but we'll get there. So. We're just starting out, guys. We're just starting out. Right, let's go with... See, why can't I just grab this colour? That was, like, correct. Let's go to there. Grab our little hex value. Go to here. Do the same thing. Do that. There we go. Good enough. Right. That's not a bad start. So, let's think of our next step. We want to... Because we get a little bit of that bend, you know, that sort of, like, thing around the centre for free. But obviously, we've got way too much roughness. Let's look at this through the light. It's not actually the worst start in the entire universe. So what we're going to do is we need to figure out if there's like a ramp, or gradient. Ramp. So what we're going to do is put that in there, and we're going to just drag it into here. Let go. Go into base piece of surface color. Go back into our ramp, and then we're going to do like, oh, okay, all right, okay, we've still got our hex value paste, let's put that in. Okay, is that actually a thing that does something? Ooh, hello. Huh, how's this applied? Vertical. But, oh, okay, so like, oh, I see, okay, I guess that'll be hiding around here somewhere, that line. There it is. Okay, so if I do vertical, and where do I get my positioning from? It's a good question. UV map. I don't have a UV map, but whatever. So auto. Can I offset this? I know I can do like a UV. Oh shit. UC. UV. I think I can do it in UV production. Yeah, I think so. And I can do that, and then do that, do that. Oh god damn. That, right? And then now, let's just turn off this guy. No, let's just turn off this guy. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, where is our thing gone? Okay, scale is 1, 1, and 1. Okay, so if I just do offset, is this going to work? Okay, so just do that lower. Ooh. Okay, and then we'll just equalize that out, I guess. Is that working? That is not working. scale on, I guess that's why. I mean, that actually looks kind of okay. But yeah, I want to get my lighter ring in the middle. That's the thing I want to do. So we need to figure out this round. So let's just quickly save this. It's got a weirdly glazed donut look already. There's something I quite like about the look that comes straight out of Redshift, actually. It's not the same as Octane. Octane's got this very hyper-real thing going on, right, really quickly. It's got this sort of like realistic juiciness that you kind of don't get with Redshift, but Redshift still looks really good. So, different. It's all different. It's not better or worse, it's just different. So, planar. Oh, okay. So let's just do, what do I do, ball? What's that done? Let's make this a much more obvious color, right, in the subsurface. Let's make this like bright green, just so it's really obvious where it's coming in. Okay. 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 Right. So I'm going to change the mapping to planar, and then we're going to see if we see any green. We do not see any green, so we're going to do cubic. Hey, there we go. Right. Cool. So, yeah, I know. Ball. So what happens if we make this? Well, just playing now. I ain't got no idea what I'm doing. Right, let's leave that vertical, and we're going to go back into here, and then we'll just do object space. I don't want to read the docs yet because that's not interesting on the stream. Because I know this is like a 5-second Google, but right. Let's just. Oh, hello. We get something. One. Let's just do like 10. So, yeah, that's not what we want, though, is it? Because we want to get that one. Does rotate do anything? No. No. Oh, a little bit. 0. Let's 0 that out. Boop. Okay, let's do this one like 90. Oh. Did I just make all this trouble for myself? I think I might have done. Let's just bring that in. I think I just have. Well, we're going to pretend none of that ever happened. Why is that picked like that? That's weird, man. You seeing this? Odd. Very odd. Let's just... There. There we go. Oh, yeah, check that out. Cool. Right. So, what we're going to do is we are going to pick now because we'll get that jank-ass light colour, which is actually pretty correct. Okay, so can we add noise? We can. We can. Look at that. Hey, look at that. So, what we're going to do is bring that in. Get another one here. Bring that in. Back. And then, once again, we will colour pick that guy. We'll colour pick this guy. We'll colour pick that. Boop. Okay, there we go. And now we've got some obvious problem here, but once we've got our, can you still see it? You can, however, we just don't show that side. We just keep that side a secret. Do you hear about that side that's really janky? No, nor did I. Wow. What are the odds? Neo knew that was a thing. Whoa. Mind-blowing. So, offset. Okay. 1, 2. Okay, so let's do 1.1 and then scale 2. Oh, okay, so we do scale 0 here. 0. No, this is like UVW transform, isn't it? So, this is way too strong anyway. That's fine though. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to actually just like ramp that right up like that. Boom. And then these guys are going to get the same treatment. Boom. And then the same over here. It's going to go like boom. Yeah. I guess. And then this guy's probably going to get just a little bit lighter, I suppose. Oh no, we can finesse this later on. Yeah, that's actually, I mean, it's not a start. Right. Okay. I need to get going in probably about 5 minutes. Okie dokie, right, so we've got that. So we want to get a bit more noise, so luckily there's something max on noise under here. Max on noise into the so no, actually we've got a bump map, boom, boom, pow, solo. No, let's do that. So that instead. Okay, so we're going to go input, overall scale, 30, nope, even less, let's do like 10. Good start. Come back to here, unsave this, there we go. So we've got a bit of bump. How do we do displacement? Right? I'll figure this out in a little while. So we go into here, and then we'll go into diffuse roughness. No. Reflection. Roughness. Huh. Alright. Okay. This is not going too bad so far, actually. I'm surprised. Can we set the octaves up on this? We can do 8. And then our noise type, we can change this, can't we? Let's make this one like that. I think, yeah, you add a load more layers to add more complexity to that noise. So I think, can we set inputs for color? Can I do that? Oh yeah, I absolutely can. Okay. So if I add a bit of, let's do another noise over here. Boom. Okay, that's totally the wrong color, but it's good, we're good. So that's the wrong color for sure. For sure, but that's because I'm dumb. So if I just do color, I'll just do input ramp color, was it not 2? Wait, not. What? Okay, right, let's go this way. Color, I'm going to click that. There we go. Boom. This port needs a constant value. Oh. Well, that's fine. That was a silly approach anyway, when I now think about it. So, what we're going to do, we'll just mix it in, won't we? So, probably what you'd do, instead of setting the color here, you set the base color and then multiply this over. No, well, you'd add it over the top, right? So I think there's like a color layer thing. So layer, this is one thing I was playing with before that I actually quite liked. I thought this was pretty cool. So it's kind of like a little Photoshop stack. So we'll put on base for now. It's like kind of like a little Photoshop stack, but inside. And Octane does something similar. Come on, man. You gonna do this? What? I was about to say, oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, what do you think? Yeah, I think that's cool. And it's just not working. Oh. That's like, okay, so. Oh, okay. Color, yeah. Layer 1, but okay, right, let's get rid of that. Put that in there. Okay, base layer, just making things so super clear that I don't know Redshift that well. But that shouldn't be doing that. Okay. Weird. But if I put that in both, then what happens? Just, oh, it does work. Okay. Odd. Okay. Take that. Oh. Okay. Well, let's just. Hold up. So, first off, let's get let's do a noise, right? Put that in there. Okay. Then, okay. Layer 1 is, grab this, and then layer 1 is going to be add. Okay. And then, no, wait, hang on. Let's just get rid of that. Doobadoo. Cool. So now our base gets to be a base, I guess. And in here, what we'll do, make that red, so we can see it, red and green. Okay. And we'll just change the scale on this quite a lot. So make that like double the scale, 10, 30. Okay, and then what we're going to do, we've still got our value in here, so we'll do some variant of this kind of guy, I guess, and then we'll do the same again in here, and then we'll just vary it. So make that like a bit darker, like that, and make this one a bit like that, I guess. Yeah. And then layer 2. Layer 2, what's layer 2 doing? Layer 2, enable. Okay, and layer 2 is going to be, let's just do add. No, we'll do, let's do normal for now. Okay, can we add octaves to this noise? Ah, noise frequency, let's make that 2. Nice. Okay, this is pretty cool. Let's check this noise out of place. That holds up pretty close. Okay, I think probably what I'd want to do is I'd want to have more wibbly wobbly in the, because that donut line's really yeah. Right, I'm running out of time. I'm going to bounce. This was been. Those are words. This has been quite productive. We've got the beginnings of like a donut material that looks kind of the begin. I mean, apart from this guy, we can put a butthole in there. Is it a filled donut? Should we put a little butthole in there and have it fill with jam? We can have a little butthole fill with jam. Why not? It's your world. It's your little donut world. You can do whatever you want in here. Yeah, anyway, that's the end.